Hi guys. Okay, today we're going to talk about my top 5 comfort items that I carry during the summer month. Now these will vary from what I would necessarily carry in the winter. But down here in my south, unless for those of you that don't know, I live in lower Alabama right along the Florida border. Right now it's July, and although it's been raining and today's a relatively cool day, it's only 89 with 95% humidity because it's raining. It's like being in a sauna. And so my gear varies because of the time of the year. I will not be carrying a sleeping bag this type of the year. I will actually be carrying something more like a sheet just put over me, because even a whoopee is too much in this environment, because the low at night is going to be maybe 75. So you just need a light covering. Well, that opens up a lot of space in your pack. And so you're going to want to carry things to try to make you more comfortable in this environment. And over the years I've developed my top 5 things that I am always going to carry when it's this kind of hot. So what's the first thing I'm going to carry? I'm a hammock camper. A pillow. Now this is one of those that is a self-inflating type of pillow, and I recently got this back in January. I made a trade for it because I want a pillow at the base of my neck when I'm in a hammock. This is also multi-useful because sometimes you get leg cramps, and I'll stick it up under my leg inside the hammock. This makes my night so much more comfortable. Now in the winter I may not have to carry this because there'll be extra clothing which are bulky, and I'll have a small bag of them, and that can serve as the pillow. But in summer all I'm toting is a light pair of cotton shorts, a light t-shirt, and fresh socks for my change to the bed clothing. And I don't have anything. Plus my daytime clothes are going to be sopping wet with sweat. So I don't want to make a pillow out of those. I want something light and cool on my head. Now for a lot of years, instead of this, I carried one of these slumberjack pillows, which is just a small compressed up. It's got a flannelly on one side and a nylon on the other, whichever was the best feeling at the time. And this I've had probably 15, 16, maybe even 18 years now. And it's been a great camp pillow. It has made my life so much better in the hammocks, being able to take it and utilize it and avoid the cramps and stuff. If I don't put something under my neck during the night, when I wake up in the morning, I've always got a neck ache. And that just makes the day more difficult because it takes several hours for that kind of, flex it out, get it gone, and etc. And by that time, you're really, I'd rather just tote something that weighs nearly nothing and be comfortable, because we're out here to have fun, right? This isn't the military. We're not out here on a baton death march. If I'm coming out and I'm not comfortable, why am I coming out? Make the effort to be comfortable. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is some sort of mesh type veil. Now this is one of the sniper veils made out of cotton, and I've talked about this in many of my videos before. I'll take this and dunk it in a water source, and then I will, leaving it wet, throw it around my neck. My shirt is already wet with sweat, so this additional is awesome to help cool me. I can dab sweat with it during the day. I can use it in other ways, and when I'm getting too hot, I can take it. And how is this superior to, say, a standard shemaughe, which would be a good second choice? It's the holes in it. Because with those holes in it, I get air cooling, something we used to call a swamp cooler. I can dunk this and throw it over my head without my hat on, and any breeze coming in here will make you think like you're in air conditioning. I am not exaggerating, and it will greatly, greatly cool me off. And so that's one of the reasons that this is a go-to item that has to ride with me in my pack whenever I'm doing summer camping. It brings me so many forms of comfort, just unbelievable. All right, number 3. I always carry during the summer, and I'll probably carry it during the winter too. I carry a mesh hammock, and I've showed this in many of my videos. Why? This is my chair. Okay? Instead of carrying some bulky chair, we are surrounded by trees here in the south. Everywhere I'm going, there's trees everywhere. I get 2 trees fairly close together and go click, click at head high, and I've got a sling I can step through, lean back like a recliner, take a nap. I can sit in sideways. I can sit it very low to the ground and be able to cook on my fire and be up off the ground, because the ground is going to be crawling with insects down here, ticks, chiggers, etc. And I don't want to be on the ground. Plus we have fire ants, or a red biting ant down here, that you really don't want to mess with. So getting me up off the ground is a great asset, and a little bitty old nylon mesh hammock, which can ride in a cargo pocket, is worth its weight in gold. Okay, number 4, baby wipes. You knew this was coming. Plain old cheapy baby wipes are fantastic when, like it is right now, sweat's just a-rolling. Being able to clean up and get the salt off of you, being able to do your armpits and etc., and just get that salt off of you. Having spent so much time down here and doing hikes and things like that during the heat of the summer, during etc., when I was younger and dumber and didn't know any better, I can remember the seams on my jungle boots turning white, and that was from the salt I was sweating out. There was so much salt water coming out of me, and my boots were soaked so often from sweat that the seams actually turned white from salt. Okay? Being able to get that salt off of you, that's one of the great reasons for chafing, is because you perspire so much salty water that gets onto your underwear, it dries, and you still got the salt crystals, which are abrasive and makes it worse. So being able to get that off is fantastic. I usually save this during the day unless I start to feel chafing, and then I'm going to wait till the sun's gone down, I'm done with my final meal, I'm done sweating for the day, and if I don't have a water source that I can wash up on, I'll go to these. And so this, especially when you're laying there at night and you're not smelling, the sweat of the day on you and everything else, is worth its weight in gold for me. And finally, and you're going to demand I show this, and I know it, and I will do it in an upcoming video, not today. I discovered this about 10 years ago when these things started coming out. At night in a hammock, you have to have a mosquito net down here in the south. But that mosquito net cuts off any breeze, and there's hardly any air moving down here anyway. When the sun sets, the air is just dead still till about 10 or 11 at night. My sun is down about 8:30, by the way, in my neck of the woods. I realize farther north the sun will be up later due to the tilt, but for me down here, about 8:30 is when the sun is gone, and by 9 it's total dark at the height of summer. But by, say, 11 or midnight, it's still, the air is just non-moving. And it's probably around 1 or 2 in the morning that you get any kind of little air currents flowing again. Well, you're trying to lay down and go to sleep, and you're just suffocating. If you don't have the mosquito net on you, they're going to eat you alive. If you do have the mosquito net on you, you're sweating like a pig. So, what did I find for comfort? A fan. Yeah. Now what I do is, and it's got 2 speeds. I will demonstrate this in an upcoming video, so calm down. Inside the hammock there's a ridge line. That's what my mosquito net is draped over, right? Hanging it upside down like this, I run a piece of paracord in here. And I hang it at the foot facing me, and then I turn it on. Now you wouldn't think, well, that's not hardly anything, Blackie. You're right. But inside of that hammock, inside of that mosquito net, what it's doing is pressurizing the mosquito net. By putting it at the foot, very close to that mesh, it's sucking outside air in and blowing it inside the mosquito net, acting like it's going into a bag. The air must now go out of the mosquito net, so it's taking heat and all from me out. Otherwise that heat just sits there, held in place by no air current, and I'm radiating 100-degree temperature, aren't I? So it's stuck. But when I do that, it cycles the air out. It's forcing cooler air from the outside in and pressurizing my mosquito net, which forces it to rise off of me a little bit, and the air goes out. I am much, much, much more comfortable like that. Now you would think that, man, that'd be a dumb thing. Trust me, when it's with humidity and factors 100 degrees and you're trying to lay down and sleep, you'd pay anything for that. Trust me. Well, by pressurizing that chamber around the inside of my mosquito net. I'm drawing the cooler outside air in, I'm pressurizing it out, I'm holding the mosquito net off of me more, making it where it's tough for a mosquito to find a way into the mosquito net because air is flowing out, and etc. And you wouldn't believe such a small little fan makes such a big difference. My original one was one of those that you hang around your neck, that you see at Walmart now, that you just, you know, that you buy them and they put like AA batteries into them and they run for several hours blowing air at your face. I hung that by Velcro inside of a Hennessy hammock at the far end of the hammock facing me. It was shocking how much that cooled me off. It was also amazing that within a half hour I had to pull up my sheet. I was getting cool. And I had to turn it off at 1 or 2 in the morning because I was getting cold because of it. Because once that thermal induction happens at 1 or 2 in the morning and the actual breeze starts, the ground isn't radiating the heat as much anymore. And that's what makes that air sit so dead still right after sun. The sun has solar heated the ground, and now when the sun's gone, it's radiating up. So the air current's going straight up. It ain't going nowhere. There ain't no air coming left or right. It's radiating up. And it takes several hours for that to break, and you get a little air current moving through. That's why I carry a fan to put into my hammock. And yes, I will be demonstrating this in an upcoming video. Till next time, guys, thank you for watching very much. And please leave any questions or comments below. Till next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.